of trouble here as the Aegis is going to probably get popped here if Anti-Mage doesn't blink the hell out. ES comes in. The BKB on Slardar keeps him alive. Slardar takes out the ES as well. Crystal Maiden with the ultimate. A swaps the CM into the middle of them. CM gets immediately taken out, and UE are fighting the Anti-Mage, the only one alive. He's lost his Aegis, and he just needs to get the hell out, and he is going to imagine blink out here. He can blink into River here. Slardar with... Oh, Slardar actually going to get an amp damage off here, I imagine. Now, does he... Oh no, he's not actually going to blink into River here. Slardar not going to be able to chase so because the blink is just so powerful. And what we are going to see is Broodmother buying back. Brood with 6k gold there. But wow, that just shows UE easily in this game. They've just got such a strong team fight. In a 5v5 clash head-on, UE just absolutely wiped out EXE. And I mean, despite having the Aegis, despite having the Cheese wasn't actually used. Night Stalker for the second time in the game just got killed in like half a second. Slardar VS stun, Slardar stun with the amp damage medallion. Night Stalker dies instantly. It's like he's just not in these teamfights because he's just getting instantly taken out. And this is just making it so hard for EXE to fight without the Night Stalker. They need the silence, they need the vision, they need him to make it nighttime and get them the vision so that they can have the vision advantage in this fight. They can use fog to their advantage, and they can chase down heroes really well if it is nighttime and they have the Night Stalker around for the vision there. But the Chen heals, these Chen auras, the Vlads, the Django, giving so much team damage and team survivability, and UE just hanging on and really proving that they have the stronger heroes at the moment. It's going to come down to EXE. They're going to have to start playing a sort of more push-oriented game. They're going to have to look to avoid these big 5-on-5 clashes, look to push lanes in, do some split pushes, push bottom as well as top, and really divide UE's attention so that EXE can basically force them to either defend one lane where they can't defend the others, and they can't actually fight as a team of 5, which is proving to be just so powerful. And for those of you just tuning in, it seems there are a few people joining in IRC who aren't quite sure what's going on. This is Game 2. Game 1 was won by EXE. This is a best of 3 in the semi-finals of the Roccat GosuCup, and this is just one of the most sensational Dota games I've ever seen. This is just crazy how back and forth it is. You think EXE has got it, then UE just pulls some miraculous fights out of their asses, and I don't know where this game is going next. We're going to see Brood with 6k gold. He should, once again, Broodmother just hoarding gold. Last game you saw when he had 5k gold, didn't buy an item, finally decided to buy a silent stick. This game, once again, has 6k gold. May as well buy a Butterfly here. I want to say Butterfly. Against the Slardar, definitely Butterfly is going to be a good item to get here. And he bought back like 3 minutes ago, so it's not as if he's saving for buyback, because his buyback's actually on cooldown. Not to mention he can buy an Eagle Horn, or, I mean, even buy a Butterfly and still have about... Well, actually, I don't know how much is Butterfly. I think it's about 6k. That's me guessing. Yeah, Butterfly is exactly 6k. So he could buy a Butterfly. Is that what he's getting? Yes, it is. He's going for a Butterfly. So there we go. Brood finally deciding to buy some items. And Earthshaker with the Blink Dagger is only level 13, so quite under-leveled. CM level 14 has the Django. Night Stalker with Cheese BKB. I think you're better off giving that Cheese to the Anti-Mage. I mean, Anti-Mage, having dropped the Aegis, could do with the Cheese, but is fairly full in terms of items. Has a BKB now. And that BKB may be just what he needs to go in against the VS. I mean, the VS stun, the OD Sheepstick, and the Slardar stun are really sort of limiting what he can do here, and the BKB could be what he needs to actually come into these fights. So we are going to see EXE playing it smart here. They're pushing both top, mid, and bottom is pushing itself. Someone's going to have to defend this bottom lane. It's going to be pushing on these T4 towers very soon. And Slardar with an Assault Chris doesn't have any buyback gold. He's going to have to make sure he doesn't get picked off or go down early in these fights, because he's not going to be able to get back into the fight at all. And this is going to be it. Night Stalker pops the ultimate just prematurely, because it is, I believe it's nighttime already, so he's just going to be extending the night. And this is going to be it. We see Chen hitting level 16. It's going to be a level 3 ultimate. The level 3 healing 400 to every hero on the map, on his team at least. Not the other team, else it would be a pretty useless ultimate. And this Assault Crest on Slardar going to give a lot more... basically just another aura to stack on top of the VS damage aura. The Vlad's giving them armor, some damage as well. The Django giving them movement speed and attack speed. These auras just keep on stacking on, and it gives the OD a lot of added damage as well as added attack speed. Not to mention the Slardar as well, who's doing huge damage with this armor. And a swap in! It's not once again. This time it's the Broodmother, and Broodmother gets taken out. CM in trouble as well if they can catch him. Slardar is chasing, but what they do have to be wary of is the Anti-Mage. As predicted, EXE are reverting to sort of cheese Chinese style. And we do see Slider, looks like he picks off another one, takes out Leet. That's the Night Stalker. 2 key heroes are dead. The Night Stalker and the Brood, but Anti-Mage is just pushing this Rax. This Rax in trouble. He's going to see OD, I think, TP in with a Hex, but the BKB is popped. The Rax goes down. Anti-Mage is going to look to blink out. Is there a 4-star? A Sheepstick? It doesn't look like they have anything. ES is there too. He needs to blink out. He needs to get to safety. And UE, they need to push, because right now they are down another Rax, and they've just got such a huge hero advantage, but they aren't pushing at all. They're losing their Raxes slowly. They've got such a stronger team fight, and they need to go mid altogether. They need one of the heroes to get boots of travel, so one hero defend while the rest just go mid, and it looks like they are all in. Their entire team is going mid. They're ignoring the Anti-Mage. A base race is going to ensue, I imagine, and it is in fact going to happen here, as Anti-Mage is going to go straight for the T4 towers. They're not going to be able to beat Anti-Mage in the base race because Anti-Mage is already taking out the last T4 tower, and this is a huge mistake from UE, unable to defend from this Anti-Mage. The TP coming back in as UE, they're thrown, the World Tree is under attack. Chen going to get taken out almost immediately. He's red HP, can he heal? He's got nothing. The amp damage comes, and Anti-Mage now in trouble, but he does have the buyback. He's done his job, he's stopped the push, and we will see him get taken out there as Slider gets the last hit, and we'll immediately see the Anti-Mage buyback. They're going to have to pick off this Anti-Mage again if they are to push. Chen is actually still dead. Chen not buying back there. OD with a BKB up. What is next? This is just going to be so hard for UE to actually push. They've got such a strong set of heroes. They have the better team fight. But this is Dota. This is Defense of the Ancients. This isn't 5v5 wars. There's not going to be constant 5v5 fights. These teams are going to be smart about it. If they have weaker heroes for a 5v5 fight, guess what? They're not going to fight 5v5. They're going to play cheesy. Anti-Mage is going to keep backdooring, doing these solo pushes at top, suiciding for Raxes as he just did, and suiciding for T4 towers, and basically forcing UE to defend when UE, they wanted to 5-man push mid, but just being denied of that, and Anti-Mage getting a tier 4 tower as well as damage done to the World Tree. UE probably saying, wow, I wish we had just defended and waited to push. And we're going to maybe see Boots of Travel being bought by the Anti-Mage. A swap, a Hex on this Anti-Mage. Can they stun him? And again, they're not doing enough damage. These mistimed stuns, everything was just a bit out of sync. The swap and the Hex would... it just didn't look as smooth as it could have. I think they could have got that kill with both the stun and the Hex as well as the medallion. I think they had enough damage to kill the Anti-Mage, and that miskill could cost them the game here. Oh my god, I can't stress enough how crucial that kill would have been, and UE are probably wishing they got that kill. It could have actually won them this game, because Anti-Mage is the one doing all that backdooring. The rest of these heroes are actually pretty easy to kill. I mean, with a Slider and a OD, Brood can just get swap stunned, hexed. It's just the Anti-Mage, because of that Manta style, and because of that BKB, he's just so hard to kill. And they're going to have to focus so much efforts on stopping him. We do see a Helm of the Dominant actually on this Slider, but right now, this mid-Rax is going to be the important one. This top Rax, I mean, obviously they want to keep it alive, but they're going to have to make sure, most importantly, mid stays alive. And with this tier 3 tower actually at full HP, they can actually do that fairly well. The other concern is their throne. It's completely vulnerable. There is no tier 4 towers defending it at the moment. And if Anti-Mage sneaks in while UE are pushing, that could be good game on its own. So they're going to have to make sure they always have TPs. They know where Anti-Mage is. They're basically going to have to kill Anti-Mage and make sure he doesn't have buyback before they push. And Anti-Mage's buyback is going to be on cooldown for another couple minutes. He did die recently. Slider will actually get that amp damage off on him. That's actually pretty useful. The problem is they don't have... I mean, they've got the OD Sheepstick to catch the Anti-Mage. They've got the swap, but Slider with no blink, it's hard to catch. And here we see Vengeful Spirit swap. They need a Sheepstick. OD, where are you with the Sheepstick? It comes late. Vengeful Spirit does get the stun. They need a stun coming out from Slider, but the BKB is going to be popped. And meanwhile, top lane Brood pushing in. CM, they're coming through mid. They're not going to get this tower or do all that much. They haven't got much DPS between them, but the Sentinel team going to have to run like hell to defend these lanes. OD staying too long, farming creeps. Anti-Mage, Night Stalker, going to go on him. Oh no, Anti-Mage going to get Hex. Going to see a stun from Slider. We'll see the Anti-Mage go down, not in time. Anti-Mage survives on 200 HP. One more hit from the OD would have seen him go down, and this game is just getting more and more epic. The Anti-Mage just playing with fire. ES going to get caught out very, very low. I think he was maybe lagging there. I'm not sure, but he goes down. Night Stalker at bottom gets picked off by a bash from Slider, and mid lane is going to be defended. They did lose that top Roccat, but where is this where is this Anti-Mage? He's the key hero. He's the one they have to kill. He's at mid and at half HP, slowly regenerating. Maybe going to see him buy a heart. Maybe see him buy a Boots of Teleport soon, but right now. This Antimate's causing so many problems, and Roshan is back, guys. That's the other big news. Roshan coming back into play. We are going to see Brood pop a web before Slaughter can actually get an amp damage. Brood going to need it. Yep, smartly. He's going to keep running out of that web, but runs back in. And we will see Slaughter unable to find him, but Roshan is back up, and I think EXE will go for that if they get a chance, and we will see a swap on the Antimage. He pops the Manta immediately, blinks out to safety, but what he doesn't know is there's a Slaughter waiting. There's not going to be a stun because he does pop the BKB. The amp damage goes as well, and Antimage is going to blink out. I thought he was going to actually blink after Slaughter, which would not have been wise, because Slaughter, if he got some bashes off, especially with the amp damage on Antimage, he could have actually taken a fair bit of damage, and Slaughter in trouble. Lich with a gem. Sorry, it's not Slaughter in trouble, it's Brood in trouble. Brood does have the cheese. Hex is well going to go off, but Brood going to get taken out. Brood, does he have buyback? Does, and immediately does so, and we are going to see them going for Roshan here, and UE, they need to stop this. The Aegis, the cheese, if EXE can get this, this is not going to be good for them. They need to stop this Roshan, but it goes down so fast. Medallion, Antimage's damage is so big, and I think Antimage now has buyback. It's been 6 minutes since his last buyback, so we're going to see Antimage with Aegis and buyback, which is just, this game, if UE are going to win this, it's going to go for another 20 minutes. They cannot win this game anytime soon. They're just going to have to defend for so long, but they can't leave their base. They can't push, because as soon as they go push one lane, EXE are going to come in another lane and backdoor, and their world tree is just so vulnerable. There's no way they can push out all their lanes. They're going to have to get Boots of Travel. They're going to have to kill heroes. They're going to have to kill Antimage 3 times, basically. Once for the Aegis, and another time because of the buyback, and then another time to make sure he stays dead. So Antimage basically has 3 lives at the moment because of that buyback gold. And what is Antimage actually buying? Not a whole lot. I imagine he should get Boots of Teleport at this point. He probably should just sell that Vlad's and have an ally hero get it. Obviously, he's doing a lot of solo pushing where he kind of does want it, but it is somewhat. I mean, having an item like a heart instead of the Vlad's is definitely going to be very useful, especially Boots, and even Boots of Travel at this point could be very useful. And we will see Brood just pushing out this top lane, mid lane being pushed by the Antimage and co. But the one hero who's disappointing for EXE is this Night Stalker. He had a great early game impact. He was involved in like the first 8 or 9 kills, but since then he's just farmed so slowly, had very little impact on this game. Partly because these Sentinel heroes, the Slaughter is so tanky, the Chen heals have backed up each other really well, and we are going to see UE looking to head top. They want to pick off this Brood, but Brood actually going to buy a TP, not going to get caught out, at least not at the moment. He is going to head back slowly, but he's going to spot all these Sentinel heroes, say, I don't want to go into that, and Antimage is going to blink in. Apparently they are just going to backdoor this. I think backdooring is actually allowed in the GosuCup. And we Pentinent, Antimage with Aegis just backdooring away. Nova. He does have the BKB, I think, and we will see a couple more TP coming in. He uses a BKB, which is probably not good because he's used the BKB when he's going to go down. Yes, is there a blink, ultimate, anything? The silence on the OD, the Hex, Antimage blinking out, Lich in the middle of it, forces himself out. VS is the next one. They use a Django charge. Slaughter wanting to chase. They've defended this mid lane. Antimage with some backdooring there. Not going to be enough, but they will get the tower down to half HP, which counts in the long run. Every bit of damage they can do counts, and Antimage does lose the Aegis, but does still have enough gold for buyback. He could buy back and then buy Boots of Travel to get back to the push, which is, I imagine, what he will plan on doing if he does in fact die. You'll see him immediately buying a Boots of Travel in that empty slot, and here we see ES goes on the OD. OD going to get taken out. OD does not have buyback. This is huge. Without that sheepset, can they defend? I don't think so. VS going to go down as well to the Antimage, and Antimage going to get bashed. Slaughter, how does he do so much damage? I cannot believe it, guys, as ES is going to be the next one in the firing line. Antimage immediately buying back. Is he going to go there for those Boots of Travel? Yes, he does. There's those Boots of Travel being bought. He's going to TP right back in, looking for a push. Lich ultimate being popped. Going to slow down the Night Stalker a bit. Bounces actually to the CM, but they've got to defend. Antimage is back. Antimage is back. Chen gets taken up by the Brood. This tower going to be in so much trouble here. Where is Slaughter? Slaughter is the only hope now with this OD dead. OD just once again disappointing. Not going to be there. ASDW numbers, exclamation mark, all the Lich has to say. And GG is called. Slaughter not going to be able to do enough, or will he? The amp damage, he's doing so much ridiculous damage. The frostbite is going to be enough to subdue him, and Slaughter will go down. Doesn't have buyback, I imagine. If we see a buyback here, will it happen? No, there's no buyback. The throne goes down. EXE are your champions here in this semi-final of the Roccat GosuCup. Some absolutely amazing stuff coming out there, guys. Oh, I'm speechless. Let's just calm down, guys. Calm down. I'm just gonna let's go into inside voice mode. Wow, some absolutely amazing stuff coming out from both UE and EXE. That was just high-class Dota. Amazing games, down to the wire. I wanted UE to win that game 2, make it go to a game 3, but EXE proved that they were the better team, the smarter team, that just relentless pushing, the aggression coming from them, the sort of cheesy anti-mage backdooring strat. Hey, it's cheesy, but whatever wins games. Yeah, that's what you have to realize, is what matters is winning. I remember seeing Misery get interviewed recently, and the quote that was attached to it was, winning is all that counts. It doesn't matter what style of play you use, whether you play like a Chinese style, European style, Asian style, American style. All that matters when it comes down to it is winning. And that's what EXE did when it came down to it. They won game 1 probably fairly convincingly. They definitely had an early lead. UE fought hard, tried to make a comeback, just couldn't do it. That game was close, down to the wire. And I'm just speechless. UE, my hat's off to you. Round of applause. You played fantastically, and they proved why they made it this far into the GosuCup, making it to the semi-finals. They are a formidable team, and really some sensational play by them. And I'm just so glad to have been a part of this epic game here tonight, guys. Thanks everyone for tuning in, and congratulations to EXE, who will move on to verse MUFC in the grand finals of the Roccat GosuCup for $2,500. Sometime in the next week, I imagine. I don't know the exact date. Maybe next weekend, it may be during the week. I'm hoping I get to cast it, because watching them today, it was absolutely fantastic, so enjoyable, some great Dota, and huge shout out to everyone who was a part of it and did tune in, supporting my cast. But yeah, that's going to be it from me tonight. The GosuCup concludes. I'm Gods from Gosu Gamers. You can follow me on Facebook, as you see at the bottom there, facebook.com/GGNetGods, or Twitter @GGNetGods. Please do support me, and you can follow when I'm going live, when I'm doing casting, etc., all that good fun stuff. But anyways, for me, that's going to sum up my night. So thanks to everyone for tuning in tonight, and going to just play a few ads, because that's how these events are continually possible. So thanks everyone for tuning in tonight, and it was a lot of fun.